Hey, welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look at 4 Amazing Spider-Man number 252, the first appearance of the Venom symbiont, or which later will become Venom. These books right here are the facsimile version of the book, so it's not the original copies. I mean, not the original book, but still, they're eye pleasing, so to speak. I mean, eye candy, whatever. That's why you buy these facsimile versions to remind you of the original covers of your favorite comic books. Okay, so we have 4 books here, and let's go ahead and take a look at these books out. All these 4 books. Which one do you think will get the 9.8 CGC grade? Sometimes it's very hard to tell which book will do that because, as you know, new and unread doesn't necessarily guarantee you a 9.8. You see online, you go shopping or whatnot, new unread, and it's not necessarily a 9.8. Could be a 9.6, could be 9.4. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll take a look at each book. And we're going to assume they're all white pages, because they're basically new and red. So, here we go with number 1. Take it out of the bagging board here. Alright. There we go. Alright. Put this down for a second. Okay, back. So here it is. Let's zoom in closer. Now, what do I like to do when I'm looking at a book? I'll say, alright, let's go look at the corners first of the book. Alright, and right away you notice there is a indentation. There's like a bent of a corner. And most likely it's going to go through the whole book. There's another corner which is straight. And there's another corner right there. These corners look good. But this one right here does not look like it will pass the test. And you turn the back of it, and there's another indentation. If you open this book up, you're going to see that. Because of that corner. Yep, and that's what you're afraid of. You're afraid of it going through the whole book. And it looks like it is. And there's another page. You can see it's going through the whole book. And it's going through the whole book. Alright, so that kind of eliminates this book here as a 9.8. What? Best grade maybe be a low 9, maybe a... realistically, people would say, it goes to the whole book. It's going to be a 9.2 or very fine near mid, somewhere around there. Even though it's unread, it's a brand new book. And that kind of what happens with a lot of stuff you buy online sometimes. They say new and they'll say new unread, and then you basically get a new unread book. Yes, but you're hoping to get a higher grade, and it doesn't happen. And here is another copy. This is copy number 2, which is right here. And number 2 would be, I'm going to go ahead and look at the corners, and look at this. This looks like, I looked at this with a magnifying glass, and that would actually be scuffing on the book, where the corner is. So that's scuffing, and also there is a dent. There's a corner bend on that one too as well. But the other corners are straight. Again, these are brand new books, so they're the white pages. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do? I forgot to look at the back of that book, so... okay, we'll look at the back of this one. Now, the back, put that over there. The back of this book. This one here. We're okay, spine stress, don't see any spine stress. Do you see? I don't see any spine stress. But I was just going by what that corner is. I kind of just knew that corner would be a no-no for a 9.8. Alright, back to this one. Sorry about that. So, the back of this book. Do I see any creases? Do I see any color breaks? Spine stress? Not really. Don't see any. But there's a bend right there. There's a bend of the corner. And again, that will line up with the front of the book over here in that corner and scuffing. And this would go through, the majority of the book. So that would be that would not be a 9.8. That would probably be a 9. Again, low 9s, maybe very fine. You guys tell me what you think. I think maybe very fine. 9.0. Maybe a 9.2. I mean, it does have a lot going for it. It is a new book and whatnot. So, okay, here is issue number 3. Take a look at issue number 3. Issue number 3 is right here. Okay. Alrighty, look at that. Clean corner. Clean. Up. Clean. Clean. It's hard sometimes to exactly tell if there is any either spine. Let's see here. Do I see? No, I really don't see any spine creasing or any spine indentation. You have to, again, you will have to play with the light and take a look at it. And sometimes it'll show better up in the light. I don't see any, this book may have 1 or 2 small spine ticks. Okay. So, and then the back of the book, real quick. Depends on the light. I do see, I think, it's pretty clean for the most part. There might be something going on right over there. Okay, for the most part, this right here might be a nice candidate, I would think, for a 9.8. Because it's clean spine, corners are sharp, again, white pages, and there's really no rips or tears inside the book. Because there's, even, you'd have to check, right? But even, again, for the most part, you should check. But I checked them already, so I know that there's no rips or tears. Okay. So book number 3 will look like, if you send it in, it might reach a 9.8. Because it does look like a nice clean copy with no spine stress or whatnot. Okay, so that may reach a 9.8. So that's number 3. That's book number 3. So let's look at number 4 real quick. See what we got for number 4. Book 4. And we're going to look at book 4 and take a look and see what we got. Now, book number 4. Go to the corners. And there's a little bit of a, what do you call that? Chipping, or not chipping, a little bit of a bent or pushed up a little bit. And then this might be, this right here is creasing, and this is probably some scuffing on that corner. On the spine or close to it. That's scuffing. Go down the spine. I don't see really of that. Go down the spine here. I don't really see anything else. I really don't see any deep indentations. There's a little bit of a spine stress right there. That's one. It does break color. It looks like. Okay, so that does break color. corners are sharp. Okay, corners are sharp. So, with the scuffing here, and this, I think this little defect right here, or paper, I forgot exactly what you call that. It's not coming to me right now. Blunt, a little bit of a blunt of a corner, you know. And if it's only that, if it's only this crease with the breaking color, and this, that is like what, 2 defects or whatever. But that would not probably get you a 9.8. You know, that would probably get you maybe a 9.6. I would think, if it's just those 2 defects. It looks like it's just that, some scuffing, or it could maybe even lower it with the scuffing. That's a little bit of scuffing. You could get a 9.4 or a 9.6. Either one of those grades, I think. And there's really nothing going. Oh, wait a second. This is why it's always good to look. This is actually some bending on the corners here. There you go. So with all that bending, I believe this bending, it's going to go through the whole book. And I think it does, yeah. So it goes through a couple pages here, that bending. So that would that definitely would eliminate it from a 9.6 even. That would probably get you a 9, maybe a 9.2. Very fine near mint. A 9.0 or a 9.2. Okay, so yeah, that would eliminate that. So out of all these books here, there's issue 4. I mean number 4. You get number 3, number 2, and number 1. We're going to probably go with most likely candidate for a 9.8 would probably be your number 3. Because number 3 has the less amount of defects, if any, if a very few, 1 maybe 2. So you probably go with your 9.3. Again, the rest of these books would either be low 9s and the very fine near mint. You know, again with the corners, the scuffing on the corners. Again, this is something you would encounter in the wild when you're buying books online or you're going to your comic book shop. These books, you know, the defects come in all shapes and sizes. So even though they're new and unread books, you definitely have to very carefully go through every book and make sure what you're sending in to CGC is going to be, if you're looking to get a 9.8, that is. I mean, it's going to be near flawless, you know. So you just got to pay attention to what you're sending in, you know, and go over each book, because you never will know. I mean, until you actually look, you have to look inside the books. You know, I say that, you know, you do that, you look in front and back cover. And this way, this will definitely give you an edge, I think, to getting a 9.8. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to leave your comments below, that would be great. I really would appreciate it. And everybody have yourself a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye.